Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio. Pardon me, I'm gonna straighten up my camera just a little bit. Right when I turned it on, I knocked it. I apologize for that. Alright, we are here to do the 50 stack challenge 4, and it is the last week of this challenge. Amy will be starting number 5 next week. And she has all her prompts ready in her little bag to draw them out. She makes her drawings on Monday. So if you want to get started with that, I would encourage you to hop over to her channel at Crafty Cat so that you can get started next week with the next challenge. She does have playlist on her channel that has all the previous 4 as well. So if you, want to go through with this one and decide that you like it, you can go back and start at 1 or, do whatever. So, I do encourage you to go over and check that out. So today's prompts are an angel and lace. And so we're going to make a couple pieces of ephemera to go with those themes. And I've just got several things laying here. I was pretty decided on the angel one. I won't say that I was as decided on the lace, but we'll work on it in a minute. So for the angel one, I pulled out one of these little library pockets. And I found these actually at a thrift store. And they were just the envelopes. They didn't have the library cards that went in them. So my guess was there was a teacher that had probably dropped these off, where she was using them somewhere in her classroom or something like that. So I have this that I'm going to use as my base. And then I'm just going to make a pretty simple little journal card to go down in there that I've used. This paper, I know you've seen it before. This is some paper that I got in Germany. And I just thought it went well with the colors that I'm working with. So I made my card out of that. And then I made a tag out of another scrap piece of music paper that I had. And I just doubled that over and made it so it'd be a little stiffer. And used my punch to make a tag. And then for the pocket, I'm going to put this doily in the background. And because of the other pieces that I'm using, I'm not going to change the color of this because I think it works well. And so I'm going to leave it as is. And then I have this little flower die cut from 49 in Market. And then I had a die that was angel wings. And so I cut those out. And I'm going to use this little girl that is obviously an angel with her little teddy bear. But it's in the new Found Relatives card. And I just fussy cut around her. These look like cabinet cards. But I just fussy cut around her. And then I have this butterfly to tie in the yellow a little more. I'm going to put up here on the green journal card. And then I got this out of the antiquarian sticker book. And we're going to put it on here because she is an angel. For sure. So that's kind of my layout for this one. So let's get some stuff inked up and put together. This one's fairly simple and self-explanatory. What do I want to use? I think I want to use Vintage Photo. Maybe. Do I? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so we're going to ink around everything first. So I hope everybody is having a good day. It's extremely hot here. Again, no rain in sight until maybe possibly the weekend, the first next week. So I don't know how much hope there is for my getting all the pollen and stuff in the air out. Although my voice is doing better today, so maybe it's calmed me down enough that it's not going to bother me too bad. We'll have to see. Of course, you'll see I have on my wrist brace today because my hands feel like they're going to fall off. So, Amy, I am feeling your pain today. I have been doing, as I said before, some redecorating in my house, which involves some painting. And every time I paint, I'm reminded why I don't paint furniture anymore, because it absolutely kills my wrist and my hands. And they hurt for days after I'm done. So, occasionally, it bothers me when I'm crafting, but not near as bad as when I paint. And for those of you that have carpal tunnel, you know it's that repetitive motion that gets you. But it's always my right hand, and I'm left-handed. Now, I do paint with both hands, so I just don't know if it's because my right hand is not really my dominant hand, or if it's because my right hand, which could be, is the hand that I grip stuff with, and that's probably it. But my left hand does bother me, but I have to be really, it has to be really exhausted in order for it to bother me as bad as my right one does. But it is what it is, you know. So if you're lucky enough that your hands don't bother you from all the crafting that you do, you are truly blessed, for sure. Another reason it may be my right hand is, you know, that's your mouse hand. So if you're doing anything on the computer, which, you know, I have done for the last 40 years, at least, that probably has contributed a lot to my problems. You know, 8 hours a day on the computer, clicking around. I'm sure has not done me any favors. I think I may round the corners on this because the corners are round on that, and I just think it would look better. But enough whining about that. I'll just take some ibuprofen and move on. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and glue the butterfly on here because I know I want it up in that corner. Okay, so the first thing, alright, what are we going to do with this? We're going to put this green crinkled seam binding in there, is what we're going to do. Alright, and I don't think we're going to do anything else. I want my focus to be on the pocket. So this will go down next. I'm going to try to keep the glue where the solid pieces are as much as I can. Alright, and then the flowers. I think I'm going to stick those up over that just a little bit and just glue like right at these bottom ones. Okay. Make sure I didn't get any glue where it doesn't go. Alright, so let's glue our little angel's wings on. And I'm sorry, I do not know what die cut this is. I think it's one that I got at Tuesday morning when they were open. So I don't know what brand it is or anything. Did you see that? Were you yelling at me, telling me I'm putting glue on the wrong side? Okay, so then she's going to go here. Such a cutie pie. Okay. And then our A, I'm going to move it over and cut some of that off. As long as it's the black, I think it'll be alright. Because I don't want to cover her little face up at all. I put since this was a sticker, I put a book page on the back of it. And I just flipped it over to put the glue on in. I saw it said Robert De Niro on the back of it. I don't know what kind of book page I used. No, 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 don't stick yet. I don't wanna cut the yellow off. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to cut off the doily that's sticking over and that little bit of black from the leather. Letter, not leather. Okay, let's ink that just a tad. Okay, and then put our tag in here. And our journal card. That may be a little long. I'm going to trim that off a little bit. So there we go. There's our angel make. So now we can work on our lace. All right, for this one, my base is an envelope, and what I did is I just cut it to the length I wanted it off one edge and left the other edge and opened it up and cut that little flap off that would flip in. So I know that's not making sense. You know how you have the two little flaps on the outside. On this side, I cut that flap totally off. On this side, I cut the flap off, but the envelope was this long. So after I cut the flap off, I flipped up the other part of the envelope to make another little pocket. I hope that makes sense. And so I'm going to have a pocket here and a pocket here. Is what I'm trying to say. So for the pocket back here, I'm going to use this as a journal card. And I don't remember whose digital this is. Sorry, I had to get a drink. I will list it in the description box if I can find it on my Etsy purchases. It's been a while. But anyway, she's gonna go down here. As a journal card. Like that. And I'll probably leave her up a little bit so you can see her face. And then this is the tag from the same kit. And I'm going to take a piece of lace and sandwich it in between here. And then put another piece of the digital on the back. And I think this is light enough that you can write on it. So I'm just going to use that. So let's do that first. So, sorry I sound so exasperated, but I'm getting really irritated with my hands. They keep falling asleep, and it's hard to do anything when that's happening. Okay, so I put this lace on here. I am going to cut this little thicker part off. Alright, now I'm going to glue this whole thing down to the other piece. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to trim all the way around it. Okay, let's poke the hole back in there. Can't do it with that. Won't fit. Okay, ink around this. And then I have this little bitty tag. No, not that one. Which one was I going to put on here? This one, I think. It's in the same kit. I'm going to poke a hole in that with my crocodile, the smaller one, smaller hole. And then I have this seam binding that I'm going to try my best to get through both of those. Get that out of my way. Would probably help. Okay. So there is that. Alright, let's ink around this. I'm not going to do anything with this. I'm going to round the corners. And I have another little tag. Round the corners first, Tammy. Which is this one. And I'm going to poke a hole through it, and I'm going to put a little eyelet, or not an eyelet, a brad. And I'm going to put a little scrap piece of lace up there, I think. I think I'm going to do it like that. Just so it has like a little pull. And I'm going to staple it. My sister is supposed to bring my tiny attacher back today. I cannot believe how much I have missed her. Not my sister, my tiny attacher. She took her on her Alaskan cruise so that when she had to put on her luggage tags to get on the boat, she could use the tiny attacher to staple them on. And because it's a good size, you know, it's not big and bulky. And so I was like, you know, here, just take the tiny attacher and then, you know, put it down in your carry-on, and then you can attach your tags, because that's what I took when we went, is I took the tiny attacher and put them on. And so that's what she did. And I'm going to glue this too, because I don't think I got it very well with staple, and I didn't get it at all with the staple. Sorry, distraction. So that's what she did, and it worked great. But she has been working almost every day since she got back, and so she hasn't had the opportunity to bring it back. Okay, now let's think around everything. So I can't believe how many times I've reached for it to use it, and it, of course, I don't have it. So, all right, so that's gonna go in there. And I think this is going to go in here, so it doesn't matter because that face isn't going to show right off the bat anyway. And then I'm going to put this piece, which is in that same kit, in the second pocket. And I'm just leaving it just like this. It's just on copy paper. You can write on the back of it, but I don't want to make this overall too thick. And then I've got this logo lady that is also in the Found Relatives kit, and she has this pretty lace collar on. So I thought she would be appropriate, and I'm going to put her down in there. And then I have a piece to go here, but other than that, I'm not going to do anything else to the, I want it to go that way, to the envelope, because I want it to be obvious that it's an envelope. And then I have another little tag that I'm going to put over here, and I'm going to do the same thing I did there and put a brad through it. And that's why I haven't glued my pocket shut yet. So I'm going to ink around this. And then I'm going to ink around the envelope. A lot of inking. There. I'm going to take these things out for the time being. So I can get all my inking done. Here. put everywhere in here. Okay, so let's glue this down. Oh, this way. So I think I can close my ink up and get it out of the way now. Okay, and then this is the tag that's gonna go here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I hate when those little papers get stuck down in there and you can't see them. Can't see through the hole. There we go. Let's give a little brad. Of course, I keep grabbing the bigger ones. Okay. And where do I want it? Oh my goodness. Cooperate with me. Okay, before I do that, I'm going to trim this little piece off right here. Okay. Alright, so now I can glue this all together. So I'm going to glue here, seal that shut, and then I'm going to glue down on two sides to seal that shut. So my little journal card is going to go in here. Oh, and I bet it's not going to fit now. I can turn it this way and it'll fit. Yeah. And then my little cabinet card. And the big journal card. And the big tag. Come off there. Now I'm going to put some real lace down here, just a little bit, and maybe a piece across that. Of course, if I do that, I'm going to have to back it because it's going to be too heavy. Let's see what I got. Let's see what this one looks like. This one's pretty wide. I could do that. And then no. I think I'll put this at the top of the cabinet card, just to kind of have another lace element. Okay. All right. I think that's got that one. Move everything out of the way, and we'll bring the two finished ones back in so you can see them without all the clutter. Oh, Fabri-Tac on my mat. Wipe that up so we don't get it in our tags and pockets. Okay, so here is lace with all the bits and pieces falling out. So I like that. I might like this tag here. I feel like it's better suited there. So maybe we'll just leave one card in the back. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so there is lace. And here is our little angel with the tag and the journal card. So there we go. There's our 2 prompts, and that's $49 and $50. So, like I said, if you're interested in joining in on the next one, it will start next Monday. Unless she changes her mind on that, which I don't think she will. I think that's probably a good to go date. So, join in on the fun. And I will see you guys back tomorrow, hopefully with a little more. No, I won't see you back tomorrow. It's Friday. I won't see you back till Tuesday. So hopefully by the time Tuesday rolls around, I will have more dexterity than I have today and won't feel like a big bumbling person that's trying to do crafting with oven mitts on or something. So, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.